Get to see Lampy's face again. Is that the face of detox or what? The great thing about this trail is from my house, it's only a mile to get onto the trail, the spike trail. And then 4.2 miles is Fatheads. I mean, it's like the Wizard of Oz, you know, the golden, you know, the golden street, yellow brick road. You know, this one just has green stripes, but it leads right to Fatheads, which is, I don't know, I guess is just as wonderful as going to the Wizard of Oz, in my opinion. But Fatheads had a small little tap room to begin with. Then they built this huge brewery, which is super cool, but it doesn't have that atmosphere and that look and feel of the old small beer hall. Got a little traffic here. Backed up a little bit. Got some people. I'm gonna get going again. I'm gonna get by you on the left, buddy. Thanks. All right, back into the groove, get back to pedaling. I'm doing 19.8 miles an hour right now. But I'm pedaling away on this thing, so it's just pedal assist. I got it in the heaviest gear, like I said earlier. So, yeah, I'm tearing it up here. So, just saw some old family members on the sister-in-law, brother-in-law side, Fran and Bruce. They live out in Brunswick, but they come out here and hang out in Berea because it is such a cool place and so much fun to be around. Just go back in the day. I'm not even recording. Am I recording? Yeah, I guess I am. I am not good with this phone. I gotta figure this out. I've been talking away. I don't think anybody's gonna hear what I had to say except for these people saying, who the hell is this guy talking to? So anyways, back in the day in Berea, Oriole Cafe, small little dive bar, PBR, Rolling Rock, POC, all kinds of the good beers that you really don't want to drink today, but good stuff. So I decided I'm going to take Kathy there, and Kathy's kind of cultured, so she's a hardcore IPA girl. She's a beer snob, okay? So I took her to the Oriole Cafe. We ponied up to the bar, and it is not something of elegance, I can tell you that. It's got the old wood floors that are all sticky. You got the bar top that's all sticky, and then you got a bunch of regulars there that look at you funny when you walk in. They're like, who the heck are these people? Oh, I just went through a road closure, and I probably should not have because the tree's down and it looks a little shaky, but you gotta make it through, right? I bypassed it the first time coming this way, but that time I'm like, you know what, I'm going. What the heck? So anyways, back to the Oriole Cafe. Kathy will not go back there. We had some really, really crummy fried food that was really not that good. Now, if you like chicken wings, your chicken wings are good. Deep fried deliciousness, which I can't eat because, by the way, I'm on a 90-day diet. So 90 days of no alcohol, high protein diet, eating a lot of chicken, very lean ground meats. I can have some steak as long as it's lean, and very much portion control. Also doing the protein shakes to kind of get me through the day. Load up on that protein, you don't feel hungry. So Kathy and I lost a ton of weight doing it the last time. We're gonna see if it'll do the same this time. So hopefully we get the results that we want, because I need to get back in shape. Not real happy with the way Lampy's feeling. There goes a Tesla wanting to take the corner hard. I don't blame him. I'll turn it around on the trail here. There we are again. Nice little twisty section here. Now, even though I'm on this trail, and even though there's people out, I'm very courteous. I mean, I do a 19 right now, but if I get up to somebody, I got my horn, my little bell. I let people know I'm coming. And I slow down. I don't come up on people and pass real quick, so everybody's happy. I only got somebody hassle me one time, but maybe I deserved it, I don't know. They didn't like the fact that I was passing them, and they looked like they were bike weenies. And you know how bike weenies are when it comes to being passed. You don't want to pass a bike weenie, because they get all mad. Kind of like when I'm on the road driving, and they're hogging up the road. Just slow down here a little bit. I'm going to head back. Wait till we get up this hill, get through the clear. I don't want to pass with the blind spot. I don't know if I'm even legal. Thank you. I hate doing that, because now I gotta really pedal my ass off. Because I can't somebody, just a regular bike rider, catch up with my e-bike, you know? Swansville's famous covered bridge over here on the right. Oh, no. Man, I'm getting crazy with this camera. All right, back on the pace again. Let's see if we can't get some miles in here. 16.9 miles now. Usually good. I trust my battery to 22. So, I made it home with 22 the other day. I think I'll be fine. So right now I'm just pedaling back into Strongsville. Been through Berea, as I stated. Nice little city, love it. Now I head back to the hustle and bustle of Strongsville. Some people don't think too highly of us Strongsville folk. Even though I'm a very modest person, when you tell people you're from Strongsville, I'm like, oh, you're a Strongsville guy. Trust me, I'm not that. Although I try to act like it. That's what Kathy says. She always calls me a Strongsville snob, but hey, you gotta uphold. Sometimes you just gotta act the part, right? I don't know. I coached baseball, softball, and volleyball here for 15 years. which is pretty interesting. Uh, I started with Nate with baseball, and then went to softball with Aaron. And then ultimately, I started coaching volleyball with Liz, which was a real fun time. So I'm going to pause this a minute. All right, back to recording. So anyways, I got a joke for you guys. There's this guy, he's out at this festival, and he sees this woman, and he walks up and he takes his shirt off. He says, "Look at that, 100 pounds of dynamite," while flexing his muscles. She goes, "Oh my, you got a nice chest, 100 pounds of dynamite." The guy proceeds to take down his pants to show the woman his calves. She goes, "Wow, you have really nice calves." He said, "That's 100 pounds of dynamite right there. You better believe it." So he proceeds to drop his boxers. The woman takes off running as fast as she could. The guy's like freaking out. "What's wrong?" So he caught up to her. He says, What happened? What's wrong?" She says, "That's an awful short wick for all that dynamite." So anyways, that was my joke for the day. Compliments of my friend Randy at work. He was like the biggest dad joke guy around. Super nice guy. But man, I'll tell you, man, some of his jokes are just off the wall. He's a funny guy. So that's something I could share with you from Randy that I thought maybe you would enjoy. Hate running around with those short wicks, you know. You never know what could happen. So I get to go home at this point. I'm going to make my way home. I'm at 18 miles now. I am going to heat up some chicken that we meal prepped Sunday. I made a whole bunch of chicken legs and chicken breasts on the grill. I like my legs to be charcoal grilled. So I lit up the Weber kettle and did the legs on the kettle grill with charcoal. Kathy prefers to have the chicken done on the gas grill. So I did some Mrs. Dash on it straight up, just Mrs. Dash. Threw it on the grill, slow cooked them chicken breasts at about 250 degrees. Just let them catch their temperature as they go. And then same thing with the chicken legs. Just smoke them at a really low temperature as well. So there's those people smoking weed again. That's the bad thing here. I'm passing them back up. They're stoned, feeling good, and here I am riding my bike trying to keep fresh air in my lungs. I think I might be getting, man, that was pretty strong stuff. Whew. Man, I still smell it. It's stuck in my nostrils. I don't know. That's something that's really good for me. So anyways, I took my blood pressure last night because I got all these blood pressure issues, right? It's not super high, but my doctor put me on these pills, and yeah, now my whole body hurts. My joints hurt. So last night I'm like, how can I make it look like my blood pressure is lower than it is? So I had this great idea. See, I always send them a picture of the screen after I take my blood pressure. So I had this great idea that I was just going to loosen up the band a little bit. I got one of the ones that go on the wrist. So I'm like, I'm just going to loosen up the band. It's not going to get as tight. It's not going to pulsate as much. And I'm going to get a good reading, right? What do? I loosen it up a little bit. And push the button, started going, and it's pumping up, and it's not getting super tight, but I can feel the pulse. So it comes up with my heart rate. And when it's all said and done, I look at the picture of 117/74. I'm like, yes! I'm going to show this to my doctor. I'm going to take a picture of the screen. Well, then there's this little picture on there that's lit up, little icon. And it kind of looks like the cuff. And it's got like this arrow, like the cuff is loose. So I looked it up on the interwebs, and sure enough, that means that you did not have the cuff tight enough. So I couldn't send them the picture. I can't cheat on this. And I guess I'm just kidding myself anyways if I do that. But, you know. So I put it back to regular, and I got pretty much the same result. So unfortunately, the medicine seems to be working. I mean, that's a good thing. I don't think it's bad, but man, my body hurts. I don't like it. So I'm going to have a conversation with my doctor. I hate doing that. Now I got new insurance. I have to change insurance at work now. Yeah, you know, it seems like every time I go to the doctor, they want $100 for this, they want $90 for that. You got to pay your deductible before you even step into your copay before you step in the door. You know, I don't know, man. It's just about making money. Just put Lampy on a couple pills. He's going to steadily feed the system for months on end. And, you know, we're going to make our money off him. I'm like, I got to stop that. That's another reason for my weight loss challenge. So I'm going to start eating more fruit, most like more blueberries maybe, and stuff like that. Hopefully I can get everything under control. And, you know, I'm going to put this on my YouTube channel because that's what I want to do. I want to start a YouTube channel. I'm just going to start talking about places that I've gone. Kathy and I are going to have our little adventures. Kathy is quite the quirky individual. She can be really fun at times. And I think it'll be a good way to just kind of talk about what's going on, things that life bring you. And you know, I'm here talking away, and I passed up Handle Hill. And Handle Hill is like a double steep hill. It's a pretty steep hill, then it goes to a flat elevation, and it goes steep again. I pride myself in the fact that even without my pedal-assisted bike, I have never walked up that hill. Even in my darkest days, I have not done that. So today, on the e-bike, I should be able to get up there easily. But I noticed my energy bar is at 50%. So when I go up that hill with my pedal assist, that energy bar is going to drop down another 50%. I'm going to be right around 25% with 4 miles to go home. And actually I have a detour because they're working on a bridge that usually gets me down here. So hopefully, once again, hopefully I can make it home on my battery, which I think I will. Because this e-bike is 65 pounds. And I don't want to be lugging this bad boy home manually because I'm not in the best of shape right now. So, I mean, I'll admit it. One of these days I will be. The plan is to get back into my skinny suit. Because during COVID, I decided, you know what? What better time than now than to start losing weight? So that's what we did. We exercised. Kathy was doing her boxing thing, which was really cool. We were fit. We were in good shape. Lampy was 155 pounds at that time. Here I am going up Handle Hill. Camera around, and hopefully we can see some of this beast. I just got through the first section. Now I'm at that elevated plateau. Now I'm getting back into climbing this up. Oh, it's so much easier with the e-bike. I'm still dying here though. There we go. We come up out of the park. The cool thing about Strongsville is right now I'm on Handle Hill, on Handle Road. They call it Handle due to the fact that it's like there's a bunch of horse farms. People go and ride and board their horses there. I mean, right here in Strongsville. I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, actually, you know, there's other stuff. You know, and other cities have cool stuff like that, but yeah. I go out of the park, right to horse stables, and then I'm in the suburbs. I'm a suburban Strongsville style, I guess. Okay, this is me after coming up the hill, which isn't bad because I'm on an e-bike, which makes it so much better. So we're going to keep cruising here. I'm about 2.5 miles from home, but it seems so far. I really need to drink some water, but I don't feel like stopping. And I don't have a water holder on my bike. So at this point, I'm just going. I don't care. So right now I'm going through the rolling ranch lands in Strongsville. I don't know if that's exactly the name of this development, but every one of these houses is a ranch, and it's on rolling land, which I guess rolling ranch lands. It looks like they are going to have a 4th of July bike parade this weekend, which is what we used to do in our development as well. For the kids, we'd have a fire truck come, all that good stuff. These guys probably do the same thing. The city of Strongsville is super cool about doing that. Very much into the community. Touch a truck events, you know, stuff like that. Go sit in a police car. Well, hopefully from not doing something bad, but doing something good. Unfortunately, when I was 14 years old, in that very Berea that I just rode through, I got arrested at the age of 14 for walking down the street with an open container. So my parents had a party over the weekend. It was at the holidays, and I looked in the fridge, and lo and behold, there's like a bunch of straw left over. You know, that fireproof goodness. So I'm like, you know what? I told my friend Mark, I said, I'm going to grab this here straw. We're going to walk down the street drinking it. But when you're not sipping it, put it in your pocket. Put it in your coat pocket. So, now granted, Front Street, Berea, the police station's right down the street. So we're walking, and he's like, I'm going to take a hit of this beer. I'm like, okay, just keep it cool. What does he do? Takes it out, starts taking a big gulp right in front of a cop. We go into this music store. The cop follows us in there. And he, you guys, come here. I'm like, oh shit, we're cornered. We can't go anywhere. The place was small. I mean, the cop was in. He was blocking the door. He knew what he was doing. So he's like, let me smell your breath. And I'm like, oh shit. So I kind of did a little. He's like, you smell like you've been drinking. No, officer, really. He goes, well, I saw your friend there with a can of beer. And I surely thought that Mark would have tossed that can of beer because there was a cop there. When we realized the cop was there. No, he kept it in his pocket. So here we are in the music store getting handcuffed together. Mark and I are handcuffed together. My friend Andy got cuffed by himself. He's laughing his ass off. I'm like, what are you laughing about? I said, you know, they don't have a dad like mine. And that's another story. But anyways, puts us in the cop car, taking us downtown, baby. We got busted, so we're going downtown. We're criminals at this point. He did not read us our rights or anything like that. So we're not arrested. But anyway, while we're back there, Mark was so skinny, he wiggled his wrist right out of the handcuffs. And he's frantically trying to open up the door on the police car at a stoplight. There's no handle back there. There's nothing. And the cop's like, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. He's doing nothing. So we get there. They check us in, still did not book us, did not arrest us, did not read us any rights. We're 14, right? Stupid kids drinking a beer. Then I had to make the dreaded call to my father to come and get me out of jail. My dad doesn't miss work. My mother, I called her instead, which worked with my father. So my dad had to leave work, come and get me. Now, in the meantime, Andy's mother, she comes in laughing. Oh my God, this is so funny. I can't believe, oh, look, you got arrested. I'm like, what the hell is this? Mark's stepmother comes in and gets him. And she's like, oh, you are so, let's go. I'm like, oh man. And the cops are shaking their head. Next thing you know, my dad shows up and he's out there talking to the cops and they're nodding their head up and down and they're, yeah, you know, doing this stuff. And I'm like, that's not good. That's not good for me. So anyhow, they let me go. They said, hey, Steve, your dad's here. I'm like, oh, okay. I come walking out, they're all lined up like I was being, you know, going for an execution or something. Man, I got out of that police station. My dad put me down right on the police steps, and all the cops stood there clapping their hands. Like, I can't believe he's the only one that has a parent, which is a good thing. I respect my father for that. So, I mean, you know, silly things that a 14-year-old does. Well, anyways, I'm about home. I'm going to turn this thing off. You guys probably heard enough. Lampy out.